Rick, is there anything new progress regarding Hronek?
Yeah, he'll be at game time tomorrow. He had a really good practice. I'll talk. The protocol usually I talk to a player later in the day or tomorrow morning to see how he feels after having a hard practice.
Could you explain why this team has been such a good road team so far this season, or what has put them in that position?
Yeah, I think to be a good road team, you got to be resilient. And that's the one thing that I've been really proud of this team the last couple of years. They're a pretty resilient team. Not too many losing streaks. If issues have hit our team, how we handle it, injuries, all that sort of stuff. So I think to be a good road team, you have to handle resilience. You have to be a resilient team, and I think that's probably it.
Yeah, Quinn talked about this team facing a lot of challenges and
Yeah.
being resilient this year. As a coach, I'm sure there's learning lessons in those. What are the ones that you've been trying to get them to lean into?
Well, I think for me, consistency is something that you're always striving for, and something that you always want to chase, right? You always want to play. Teams that can stay to their game the longest. The consistency of it, the way you practice, the way you deal with things. You just got to be consistent, and we're really, really good at that. This year we've been a little bit off kilter, but we've, like I said, we've been resilient to get our game back. It hasn't been long stretches. So, long-winded answer. Consistency is a big thing that we're trying to strive for.
There's a lot of teams that add in the off season. Every team is different every year. You got to change. You got to adapt.
Yep.
What's it been like for this team to kind of adapt to the changes that you've had?
Well, I think a credit. When you add new players, a lot of players, year and out, you have structure. And I think the one thing that the players, the guys that have been here even last year, they've bought into the structure. So when you have new players come in, you can get to your game a lot quicker. Because they help out the new players. Hey, this is what we do, and this is how we deal with sort of things or system stuff. So, I think especially with some of the guys that we've got, they're really starting to get our system what we're looking for.
Rick, speaking of resilience, how much do you think that the way that the guys handled Friday night into Saturday and the game that they came up with Saturday might be like one of those perhaps signpost moments, the arc of the season?
Yeah, I think that's a big step in anybody when you go through what you do. The one thing, nobody even talked about it that whole day. Like, nobody was bitching and nobody was saying, oh my God. It was like, okay, no big deal. And I think that's a big step. Not so much a big step, but that's the attitude of the guys. Even since I've been here, they don't really complain about too much stuff. So I thought there's no complaining. We just said, hey, we're just going to go in and play a good game. And we used everybody. That was the key. If you look at the minutes, everybody played. And I think was a big step for us.
We're both saying that clubs are playing better defense as a whole over the last few games. Do you see that evolving? That's closer to the identity that you see for them, Rick?
Yeah, listen, we want more offense. We want to score more, all that sort of stuff. But even like last year, the identity of our team is we're really good without the puck. We got away with it away from it a little bit this year. Maybe chasing a little bit too much, especially with the injuries. But since we've kind of committed without the puck, I think. I see an improvement. I think we've only had 4 goals in the last 4 games, so that's the sort of stuff that we gotta. Right now is the mantra, the way we want to play. But that doesn't mean we don't want to play offense. We got to play fast. We want to score. We want to be creative, but we can't risk the other part of the game.
Playing defense, good defense often means you just get the puck back faster, which is more time opportunity on offense, but you got to have good transition. Where do you feel like you guys are from transitioning from your defense that you're finding to the offense?
Well, we got to get better at that. That's something we have to get better at, transitional game, rush game, to be successful, and we're still working on that. But, you take, for instance, Winnipeg, they're one of the best. They got, 3rd or 4th in goals and 3rd and 4th in goals against. So, and I watch them play. They don't sacrifice the defensive part for offense. They play both sides of the puck very well, very well. So, I think there's a room for improvement from our team, but it's also a lesson too that you look at a team like that. They don't cheat for offense. They still get it because they play good defense.
Do a full skate tomorrow or just an optional then?
Probably an optional. We've played a lot of games, so I'll give the guys the option if they want to skate or not.
A day off after the unusual trip from Raleigh to Toronto and the circumstances surrounding that?
Yeah, definitely. Long couple of days with the back-to-back there, but that's behind us now and focus on the practice today, which I thought we had a good day, and then enjoy tonight and get get ready to get back at it tomorrow.
Does a moment of, would adversity be right in describing it? In what ways does that sort of like help the team bond since you're on the road to begin with?
Well, honestly, we've kind of had a lot of adversity this year. And I think it was, I mean, it didn't even really feel like there was anything different. It was just like, you know, backs are up against it. Got to find a way to get points tonight, and we did that.
What were your takeaways from Saturday night? That's, I mean, what was there that was missing in the previous 4 games that you want to sort of bottle and bring out tomorrow night and move forward?
Yeah, and honestly, like in the last 3 games, I think we've given up 4 goals. So, you know, obviously Carolina, we were held to 16 shots or whatever it was, but the games before that, I thought we played pretty hard. And if we play like that for the rest of the year, we'll be in a good spot.
So playing more of the identity you want then?
Yeah, I mean, obviously want to create a little bit more chances, but I find at the back half of the year it's all about defending and who can keep the puck out of their net, and then, you know, we'll get our looks.
What have you learned about this team going through the adversity you were talking about?
Just that we got a lot of guys in there that are competitive and take a lot of pride in what we're trying to do and always want to get better. And it really has been a lot of adversity this year, so I think for everyone to just kind of stay on the yellow brick road here and continue to focus on what we can control and do what we need to do, it's been a good sign.
Speaking of being competitive, you guys have been a great road team this year. What's been the secret to that?
Yeah, I don't know. We're just, I don't know. We're just trying to bring it every night, and it happens. We've had a lot of success on the road. Yeah, I'm not sure.
What's your read on this Winnipeg Jets team, Quinn?
I mean, we haven't played them this year. I don't watch them too much, but obviously close with Casey and Helly, and really happy for the years they're having. And you know, whatever, they're top 3 in the league or whatever they are. It's been a great year for them. They have a really good team. They've had a really good team for the last, you know, pretty much 10 years, honestly. And yeah, it's going to be a good challenge for us. And we knew this was going to be a hard road trip, and to finish here, it's a good challenge.
On the 2 that you mentioned, how much banter was there back and forth when the 4 Nations squad was announced for your country?
None. They're pretty chill guys. I mean, yeah, I mean, Casey's really chill. In the summer, he just wants to fish and hang out and put his feet back. So there's no, you know, banter. That's not really, I feel like, the relationship he has with a lot of guys. But yeah, happy to play with those guys, and obviously deserve it. And yeah.
I was talking with Larkin about that summertime skating group that you guys have. What have you been able to take away from the players that you've been exposed to in that over the years?
I think and all these guys have continued to get better because we push each other in the summer, and I always find that, you know, I spend 3 months really working at my game, and over the course of 3 summers, 9 months, you know, I'm gaining on guys where others wouldn't. I find that some of the guys in that group are doing that as well. And besides the hockey point, it's just fun to, you know, hang out with that group. It's a fun group, and it makes, you know, all the work fun.
Larkin had told me that Casey dominates that group. Do you take exception to that?
I wouldn't say that, but Casey's a great player, obviously.
How did Hronek look?
Hronek?
Yeah, how did he look?
He looked great. He always looks great. Yeah, so happy to. I mean, I don't know what his plan is tomorrow, but I'm sure he'll be back in the next couple of days, and we obviously desperately need him, and yeah.
2 days.
Like Sudafed because my ear's killing right now. TMI. Don't worry about it.
Connor, happy to have the chance to sit down with you, catch up.
Generational talent.
Thanks for liking the video and subscribing.